Hello, good evening. I am Ajit Kumar Jha, CEO of Power Pixar and editor of Public Global. And today, in this video, I wanted to focus on this, what one calls the caste census by the BJP versus the caste survey by the Congress. On Wednesday, Union Minister Ashwini Vaishnav, he kind of announced that the caste census will be conducted by the BJP. And until now, if you remember, the BJP was on the back foot on the issue of the caste survey. Rahul Gandhi had made the caste survey the main agenda of the 2024 campaign. And the BJP and the entire NDA was critical of it. So initially it looked that the Mandal versus Kamandal issue that resurfaced during 2023-2024, right before the Lok Sabha elections, that a re-echo of the politics of 1980s and 1990s, when if one remembers, it was VP Singh who was championing the Mandal issue, the caste reservation issue, and the Sangh Parivar, the BJP, and the NDA was opposed to it. That resurfaced during 2023-2024, as I pointed out, but it was started by Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar. Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar was the first leader in 2023 to start the caste survey in Bihar. In fact, 2 phases of the caste survey were conducted, and on 2nd of October 2023, Nitish Kumar, who was at that time part of the India Bloc Alliance, he ended up announcing the results of the first phase of the caste survey and soon the second phase of the caste survey, and it made him a champion once more of the Mandal issue. After all, if you remember, Bihar was the birthplace of the entire Mandal agitation. Back in the time 1977, the 78 to 80 government of Karpuri Thakur had ended up, for the first time in the history of India, they had implemented the Mandal Commission report. And remember, BP Mandal was a leader from Bihar. Now, although Nitish Kumar was the champion and the hero of the present day caste survey in 2023, let's say, what happened is 1 week later, Rahul Gandhi jumped on the bandwagon and he announced that the caste survey will be held in all the BJP, in all the Congress ruled states. And Telangana, Karnataka, and the other Congress ruled states, including Himachal, had announced that they will conduct the caste survey. In fact, Rahul Gandhi went one step ahead. He made caste survey the central plank of the 2024 elections, first of all, and he connected it to the entire issue of constitution, protection of the constitution that will protect the reservation of the Dalits, the most backward caste, the OBCs, the Pichhada, as he said, the minorities, and scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. Now remember, the origins, as I pointed out, of the caste survey was Nitish Kumar. The origins of the Mandal Commission report were the so-called socialist parties from Bihar. At one time, the Rashtriya Janata Dal in Bihar, the Samajwadi Party, which later became the JDU. In Uttar Pradesh, the main champions of the caste survey were Samajwadi Party, the Bahujan Samaj Party in the past. Remember that famous slogan by Kanshi Ram, jiski jitni hissedari, uski utni saझेदारी, or the other way around, jiski jitni saझेदारी, utni unki hissedari. That used to be the major plank at one time. And the caste survey has had a long history, especially in the Hindi heartland states, mainly Bihar and UP. In fact, later on, the VP Singh government fell on that issue when they used the Mandal agitation. There was agitation, anti-Mandal agitation during the VP Singh rule. VP Singh tried to implement the caste-based reservation from the center, and there was major opposition. Uh, in fact, students, if you remember that famous case where one of the students committed suicide, and there was like, it was a major issue during uh, that entire period when VP Singh was the prime minister, even later. And then it bounced back all over again during the 2023 2024. Now let's let's go back to what the BJP's purpose was in announcing the caste survey. I feel that the major purpose, the BJP went on the back foot. They realized that in 2024, the BJP lost major section of the Dalit votes, especially in states like Uttar Pradesh, in Rajasthan, in Maharashtra. They also lost the most backward caste votes, even some OBC votes, and the numbers dwindled down to 240 from almost like 310 plus kind of what they had in 2014, 2019. Their numbers dwindled down. And the main result was that the so-called OBC voters, the MBC voters, the Ati Pichhada, the Pichhada, the Dalits, and the Alpsankyak, they got together in an alliance led by the Congress party, led by Rahul Gandhi, with his massive campaign of, remember him sticking the constitution to his head. And that sort of, there was what I would call a new kind of alliance that took place. Remember, at one time, Congress used to be rather opposed to OBC reservation in the past when Congress was ruling, because Congress was a pan-India party, except for reservation for Dalits, for scheduled caste, scheduled tribe. Congress was not agreeable to reservation for OBCs and the MBCs. But Rahul Gandhi changed all that. Rahul Gandhi, influenced by the left-wingers surrounding him in the Congress, the Mandalites surrounding him in the Congress, ended up selecting caste survey as the main plank of the Congress. And in fact, you might have seen Rahul Gandhi making statements that caste survey to pass karke hi niklenge. I will make sure that the BJP and the NDA will have to implement caste survey. And to everyone's surprise, Rahul Gandhi's prediction came out to be true. In fact, when the BJP announced on Wednesday the caste census, they said that they will make the caste count as integral part of the caste census in the next census. They almost blindsided the opposition, Congress and the India Alliance for a while. It was like as if the BJP had co-opted the entire agenda of caste survey away from Rahul Gandhi, away from the India Opposition Alliance. But then Rahul Gandhi now insists that the Congress wants to break that quota of 50%. Remember, the Supreme Court at one time had taken the position that you cannot have reservation more than 50%. Congress has again and again announced that if they come to power, they will cross that 50% barrier, because the numbers, the new numbers in the, let's say, the Bihar caste census or in the Telangana caste census, as Rahul Gandhi points out, because in Telangana you have Revanth Reddy, the Congress chief minister, ruling. So Rahul Gandhi is trying to make the Telangana model the main model of caste census. In fact, now he's distancing himself from Nitish Kumar, saying, well, Nitish Kumar and the BJP have their own agenda, and the Congress agenda of the caste census is the classic sort of agenda. It should be the model for the caste census in the country. There I disagree with Rahul Gandhi. for several reasons. Main reason being the birthplace of Mandal was Bihar. As I said, I gave you the history, almost 90, in the JP agitation, and later 78 to the 78 to 80 government of Karpuri Thakur had announced caste reservation for the first time in Bihar. It was a big issue. I used to be a student in Bihar at that time, and I remember how entire of Bihar had got polarized. And later on, I told you the history of how during VP Singh again, when VP Singh tried to implement the Janasangh, the BJP used the Janata Party, and later on the BJP was the main opposition at that time to the caste-based reservation. But today, after announcing this, the BJP A has gone on the back foot, exactly like the BJP had gone on the back foot during the farmer agitation. Remember the three black laws that the farmers all over the country were protesting, and almost about 13 months of protest between 2020 and 2021, the BJP ended up withdrawing the three laws. That was, in a major way, the first time that the BJP under Narendra Modi had taken a step backwards. And again, this time, the BJP has taken a step backward, but the way it has announced it, they want to give the appearance that they are the leaders of the caste census. So, in this big fight between the Mandal and the Kamandal, it seems today that the Mandal has won over the Kamandal. The caste-based census, the caste-based survey, and maybe in the future, caste-based reservation will become the main agenda. And what does it do? Other than the fact that it ends up becoming the fulcrum of the new welfare policies of the government, of governance in each of the states in the country, when it will be implemented, it ends up breaking the monopoly of the Hindutva forces. Why? Because the whole issue of that the Sangh ended up sort of propagating in the country was Hindu unity. The unity of the Hindus versus the minorities, mainly the Muslims, the Alpsankhyak. But the caste-based divisions within Hindu society, which the survey in a way has brought out. Why? Because if you look at the Bihar caste survey, it points out that 66% of the population of Bihar is constituted by the OBCs, the other backward classes or other backward castes, the most backward caste, and the Dalits. 17% are the minorities. So if you add that to the 63, almost 80% of the population or more are actually the disadvantaged. They are what we call the PDA, the or what Akhilesh Yadav calls the PDA, the Pichhada Dalit Alpsankyak Alliance. It's almost the same in UP. The upper castes are right at the top, but they are a small percentage. One could go on quibbling about their numbers, but it is certainly less than 1/5. It could be even less than about 15%. In UP, the numbers might be a little higher because the number of Brahmins in UP are a little higher than Bihar. We could go into details about each caste and their proportionate population, but today is not the day to get the day for numbers. Today, I want to stick to the issue that the first round has been won by Rahul Gandhi. He has persuaded the BJP through his relentless campaign on the caste survey, which the idea he had picked up from Nitish Kumar, but the way he went into the ground, he kind of ended up synthesizing it with the Constitution, the Constitution's protection of Dalits-based reservation. Now he's talking about the Constitution's 15.5, the issue how the Constitution argues that the states are allowed to make special welfare, special protection, special reservation for the educationally and socially backward. Rahul Gandhi has jumped one step from Dalit reservation to 15.5 now, which is basically reservation, as I said, for educationally and socially backward. You can add economically backward to it, but he's pushing it. So Rahul Gandhi has expanded the domain of caste survey and that of reservation, and the BJP has picked it up, as I said, almost robbed it from the, in a way, they have taken it away from or is attempting to take it away from Rahul Gandhi, from the Congress, from the India-based alliance, and acting, or at least attempting to tell the people that they are the champions of the caste census. But the truth is, I don't think the OBCs, the MBCs, the Dalits see the BJP as the main champion of the caste-based census or caste-based reservation or caste-based survey. They see Nitish Kumar, although he's part of the NDA alliance, but otherwise they see the socialist leaders, erstwhile socialist leaders, Radu Prasad Yadav of the RJD, now his son, for example, Tejashwi Yadav, Akhilesh Yadav now, earlier Mulayam Singh Yadav, Mayawati, Kanshi Ram in the past. These are considered the top leaders of the caste-based reservation, the entire Mandal issue in the north. In the south, it's parties like the DMK, which represents the Dravida party, the social justice party. And similarly, in the other parts of the country, it's the non-BJP, at times even the non-Congress parties, the regional parties, which the socialists largely in this country, who has been championing caste-based survey in the past, and they are seen as the main leaders of this, whatever we can call it, caste census, caste survey, or Mandal-based agitation. So people are, at this moment, will see through this BJP's attempt. Why is the BJP timed it today? Why is the BJP harping on caste census today? Although they are arguing that it will be implemented in the next census, which is like some 10 years away. There is total sort of, confusion over there when they will implement it. It's almost like the women's reservation bill. The BJP is arguing that they have brought the women's reservation bill in the Lok Sabha, but they are talking about it, after the census is completed, almost like 10 years from now. They are doing a similar kind of act on the issue of caste census. So, and I'm sure that the Congress, the India opposition, the India bloc will be able to persuade the people and show them that the BJP is all talk and not much in terms of reality. But the attempt by the BJP is to blindside, as I said, the Congress, Rahul Gandhi especially. They want to take away the steam out of Rahul Gandhi's great campaign. And the attempt is to show that they are the greater champions of caste-based reservation. They are harping back to the fact now. In fact, I was talking on a television program in which one of the BJP spokespersons pointed out, and rightly so, that the Jansangh, the erstwhile BJP, had supported Karpuri Thakur because they were part of the Janata Party alliance. Remember, the Janata Party alliance was the BJP, the Jansangh, the socialists, people, leaders like Charan Singh and others. Later on, even Babu Jagjivan Ram left the Congress and joined it. And even the CPM was supporting the Janata Party from the outside. These were all an alliance against the Congress. So the BJP is now arguing that they were the earlier champions. But that's not the truth. The truth is that even though they supported it during the Jansangh agitation, but later on, when VP Singh became the prime minister, the main fight between Mandal versus Kamandal was opposing. Kamandal at that time wanted to champion the destruction of the Babri Masjid, the creation of Ayodhya temple, and the attempt was that when VP Singh, through his caste-based reservation, broke the monopoly of the Hindutva forces, the BJP and the Sangh Parivar wanted to reunify the Hindus under the Hindutva agenda. So I've given you a history now. It's for you to make up your mind because you are the voters. But as I said, the fight is now just beginning. The main reason for the fight, immediate reason, is the Bihar elections. Why? Because Mandal, as I said, is the main agenda of Bihar. Remember 2015, when Nitish Kumar and Lalu Prasad Yadav had become part of one alliance versus the BJP. And what was the slogan at that time? Bihari versus Bahari. Who was the Bahari? Narendra Modi. Who were the Biharis? Nitish Kumar and Lalu Yadav. So politics takes interesting twists and turns. Today, Nitish Kumar is part of the NDA, but maybe influenced by Nitish Kumar as well, and by leaders like Keshav Prasad Maurya in Uttar Pradesh, who's a deputy chief minister, who is himself an OBC and great champion of the caste-based reservation. Maybe even leaders like Anupriya Patel of the Apna Dal. She's also a great champion of the caste-based reservation. Even Chirag Paswan, who is part of the alliance, or Maji, who is part of the alliance, NDA alliance in Bihar, they are all champions of the caste-based reservation. So given that, as we say in Hindi, Palara became bhari, the balance went in favor of the Mandalites, went in favor of caste census, caste-based survey, and the BJP went on the back foot and agreed to it, but now is pretending that they are the heroes of the caste census, and the people who love the BJP, the anchors who end up always pointing out that this is Mr. Modi's masterstroke, has begun as almost as if people have been convinced that the caste census is something that the BJP is bringing about on its own, forgetting that caste-based survey, Mandal agitation started, as I said, historically back during the JP movement and continues to this day. In fact, I would argue even earlier, because leaders like Chaudhry Charan Singh in UP, even earlier socialist leaders, Lohia and JP, they would argue, Lohia was a great champion of caste-based reservation. The entire socialist party in India were influenced by Lohia and JP, and therefore you see Mr. Mandal had done this great job of working out a sort of formula for the Mandal agitation, for the Mandal-based reservation. Now, many of you, my viewers, might wonder, why am I advocating caste-based reservation or caste-based survey? Forget reservation. There will be newer issues coming up, reservation in the private sector. Many of you might wonder, will that end up killing the issue of merit? Will merit take a back seat in this sort of, all the parties are now agreeing on caste-based survey, caste-based census? Will merit take a back seat? I will do another video on that entire issue, and I'll make a more theoretical issue about this vertical division in India of by religion, and the horizontal division in India by caste. These two main identity issues, religion versus caste. But today, let me end up by saying that the BJP is pretending to be the great sort of agenda makers of caste-based census, but the truth is that they have in the past at times supported leaders who were popular, who implemented caste-based reservation, but because they wanted Hindu unity, therefore they were opposed to this division inside the so-called Hindus between upper caste, OBCs, MBCs, and Dalits. They always pretended that everyone is equal under the Hindutva forces, the Hindu unity versus, as I said, Alpsankyak, the minorities. That myth has been broken, and we will see how this unfolds in the Bihar election, uh, in September, October, in the Tamil Nadu elections next year, in Kerala elections next year, and in Uttar Pradesh elections and other assembly elections in the future. Let me end here. Thank you very much. Do subscribe to our channel. Thank you.